This is session number 35. We are going to discuss about dimensions. So these dimensions are available in AutoCAD under annotation ribbon. Okay, so as of now we are using a international standard of organization system called ISO 25 system in our AutoCAD. Generally, if you take any engineering drawing, when the drawing will get complete, when the drawing will have all the informations with the proper unit, then only the drawing we can say it is an engineering drawing. So generally, if you go for any engineering drawing, it should have the following informations. First one is shape, or we can say a geometry. Geometry means it can be a two-dimensional object or it can be a three-dimensional object. Then important thing is dimensions. That means it says the size of those two-dimension or three-dimension objects. Then tolerance. Tolerance is a very important topic and it is a separate course it is. Okay. Let me show how to implement those tolerance in the AutoCAD drawing. Tolerance is nothing but there are two types of tolerance are there: dimensional tolerance, geometrical tolerance. Okay, how the variations can be allowed in the shape as well as size, we will discuss that in later. Okay, then the important information on the engineering drawing is a material specification. Each product on what material it is and what material it needs to be manufactured, and the surface finishing, whether we need to go for smooth surface finish or rough surface finish. So this information should be there in all the engineering drawing so that we can say those drawings are perfect engineering drawings. So as of now we are discussing about how to create the geometry. Now we are going to discuss about how to bring the information on the geometry. It is called as dimensions. Okay. Now, so you want to go for dimension and what standard we are going to follow. Okay. In India, we follow some standards. If you go for Japan, they follow some standards. If you go for UK, they follow some standards. If you go to America or Canada, they follow some standards. Okay. But in AutoCAD, it is a global platform. We are going to use an international standard called ASME. So this is what internationally recognized standard. It is equal to the ISO 8015, which is recently revised. Okay, so the same standard we are going to follow in our AutoCAD also. Generally, what is mean by dimension? Dimension is nothing but a numerical value which is expressed in a proper unit. Okay, which says the size, location, orientation and geometrical characteristics of the object, or we can say shape. Okay, right. So these dimensions are essential when we go for building the component or when you go for manufacturing the any components. Okay, without the shape, without the size, we cannot able to manufacture any component. Okay, so come to the elements which is used in the dimensions. So dimension means, so it should have the minimum elements. These are called dimension lines, extension lines, or sometimes we can say projection lines, leader lines, boundary of the dimension line, origin of the extension line, and the dimension text. We will discuss each things elaborately one by one. Okay, right. So imagine this is the object called rectangle. I'm going to give the dimension. There is a two lines vertical and one line horizontal. There is a number called 30 and there is an arrow head. Okay. So this dimension line which is parallel to the object or surface of the component which we are going to show in the dimension. Okay. Right. So this line is called dimension line. It should have arrowheads on the both the sides. Okay. Right. Next is always this dimension line should be a continuous thin line. Okay. There should be a difference between the object and the dimension. Object should be bright than the dimension. Okay. Next important is a projection line, or we can say extension line. If you see here, there are two extension lines are there which touches the two arrowheads. So these two extension line specifies the boundary of the dimension line. Okay, so this extension line should extend little bit beyond the dimension line, and the same extension line should have some gap between the object and the starting point of this extension line. Always this extension line should be perpendicular to the dimension line. Next important is arrowhead. In our engineering drawing, or we can say in our engineering practice, we have plenty of arrowheads: closed field, open field, dot, architectural, tick, oblique. Okay, there are plenty of arrowheads are in practice. Mostly we are using the closed field arrowhead. Okay, so in engineering practice, what we follow? In engineering practice, we follow a 3:1 ratio of arrowheads. That means the length of the arrowhead should be 3 times the width of the arrow. Okay, so this is the proportion we are following. This is an international standard. Okay, in AutoCAD we are following the same thing. Okay, right. Next is leader line, or we can say pointer line. Okay, this is called leader line. It will not have any extension line or projection lines. Okay, it will have some arrowheads and lines. It says the information about the particular points or particular object where it focuses, where it points. Okay, next is unit of dimension. In our engineering practice, we will mark only the object size, or we will say only the feature size. Here we will not put any measurements units. That means for example millimeter or centimeter, inches. Instead of that, we will write at the bottom of the drawing all dimensions are in millimeter, or we can say all dimensions are in centimeter as a footnote. Okay, so we should not write any units along with the dimension text, or we can say feature size. So these are the basic features we should understand. Next we go for the common dimension commands. Okay, first we go for dim linear, that means dimension linear. Using this command, we will get the linear dimension whether it is in horizontal or vertical. Okay, I have an object, I want to mark dimension, so dim linear. It will ask first extension line origin. So let me show first extension line, second extension line. So it will show the total width of the object. It is 90. Okay, right. First extension line, second extension line. So depends on the first extension line, second extension line, you will get the vertical dimension or horizontal dimensions. Okay, for example, let me choose the first extension line, second extension line in an inclined way. So what it shows? It shows only the vertical dimension, horizontal dimension. It will not show the inclined dimensions. Okay, when you going to finish this, there is some options coming. See here, M text, text, angle, horizontal, vertical, rotated. So this is now horizontal dimension. If you want to show vertical, press vertical, it will show only the vertical dimensions. You will get M text, text, angle. Please remember this M text, text, angle option will come for all the dimensions commands. What is this M text? M text means we can change the text formats, text styles. Okay, just if you press M text, what happens? You can see the difference. The entire screen will take you to the M text command screen. Okay, here you can choose the text height, text style. Okay, you can add the symbols, anything you can do. I'm giving 25 as a dimension text. So what happens? Only the number will change, size will not change. So this is AutoCAD software. So by changing the size, object will not change. This is not a parametric software. So you can change any dimensions, but object will not change according to this. This is M text option. If you want to go for text, directly you can type the text here and you can change. Okay, then angle of this text. So if you want to make this angle of text, it should be 30 degree. The text angle will change to 30 degree. So M text, text angle, all is related to the text orientations, text style and text formats. Okay, right. Again, I'm going to give first extension line, second extension line. So this is vertical dimension. If you want horizontal, you can go for horizontal. It will show the horizontal dimensions. Again, you can see M text, text angle options will come. Similar way, I'm going to choose first extension, second extension. If you want to keep this as an inclined dimensions, if you know the angle between this first extension, second extension line, you can give. Let me go for rotated. I don't know exactly, so let me keep this is 45. Imagine if this is in 45 degree, what will be the measurement? You can keep. Okay, right. But this is not exact length. Okay, if you want to mark the inclined dimensions, we can go for dim aligned. So dim aligned is the command to get the measurement of inclined lines. Okay, you can see here I'm going to measure this dim linear. If I measure this with a dim linear, what I will get? I will get only x distance and y distance only. So this is not exact length. So what I have to do now? Dim aligned. If I give dim aligned, so the first extension, second extension will align with the object. Okay, you can see now. This is exactly 50 mm. Similarly, dim aligned. Okay, just give the first extension, second extension. So that is the object. The dimension line will align to the object so that we will get the exact measurement. Okay. Okay. Next is dim edit. What is the use of this dim edit? Imagine, so this is the isometric drawing. So isometric drawing means this extension line should be exactly perpendicular to this object, right? But this is not correct way. So how to do these isometric dimensioning? So first we have to go for dim aligned. Just select the object, you bring the dimension. Similar way, select the object, bring the dimension. Select the object, you can bring the dimensions. Now I'm going to align this extension line, dimension line parallel to the object. So how can I do now? So dim edit. We are going to edit the alignment of the extension line and the dimension lines. Okay, so where it is available under the annotations, we have this dim edit options. Now I'm going for dim edit. Okay, select oblique. Okay, select the object. So what angle this extension line should be? This extension line should be in 30 degree. You can see now it is perfectly fitting. The similar way you can go for oblique, select, this must be 270 degrees. Okay, similar way oblique, select object 150 degrees. Okay, right. Similarly, so this is the way we have to do the dimensioning of isometric object. First dim align, then dim edit. We have to use to align these dimensions. Okay. Next is dimension diameter and dimension radius. So what is the difference between dimension diameter and dimension radius? See now, this is the complete object. In this complete object, we can mark diameter. Even we can mark radius, no problem. But if it is not a completely 360 degree object, if you have only a half of the circle or it is an arc, you should use only dim radius. Okay, now I have a isometric circle. Let me go for dim dia. Let me choose this object. Enter. What does it says? Select arc or circle. So this is not a circle, this is not an arc. This is a isocircle. Okay. Now I'm going to use dim dia. So I'm going to mark this is diameter 50. This is diameter like this. Then dim radius. Right. So R means radius. Diameter means diameter symbol will come. Okay. You can see here the division comes in the format of comma. So I need to change some settings. So I will tell you how to edit this one. Next is leader or Q leader. So just we can draw a line and mark some informations. Okay. Now similarly I'm going to mark this Q leader. Just I'm going to mark this. Okay. 1 point, 2 point. So enter. So I can give the informations here. So iso circle first line. If you want to give dia 30. Okay. So you will get the information of this particular object. Okay. This is called Q leader or leader line. Next very important is dim angular. So angle between the object, angle between the line or angle between the arc we can find out. Let me go here. So dim angular, select these two lines and mark the angle between these two. Okay. Similarly, angle of this arc, if you want to mark, select this curvature and mark this. So this curvature, it shows 121 degrees. Okay, and this is 60 degree between the lines. Okay, in a dim angular, if you select the object, what happens? The entire object measurement is coming, but I don't want like this. I want only the angle between these 2 points. How can I bring this one? It says only select arc or circle and lines only. So I want between these two lines only. So either you can choose these two lines or you can go for specify vertex. Okay, dimension angular, you can see this specify vertex. Vertex means what? You can specify one origin point. So from here, from this point to this point. So vertex means it is a center point of the measurement. Okay, you will get this angle. You can see here m text angle. So all this option will come for every command. If you move the mouse in left side, you will get the angle between these 2 points. If you move the other side, you will get the remaining angles. Okay, next command is dimension arc. We are going to mark the arc length, not arc radius or arc diameter. Okay, you can see here dim arc. So sometimes we need to mark the arc length. Okay, sometimes we need to mark the angles also. The angle of the arc is 121. The linear length of the arc is 55.1. This symbol represents that 55.1 is the arc length. Okay, right. Now you are seeing the object. This object I started from 50,50. You can check this now by id command. Okay, this is x50, y50. I want to mark the x coordinate, y coordinates of the points. So what I can do now, I can go for dimension ordinate. That means we are going to mark the coordinates of the object. Okay, dim ordinate. So just select, move the mouse. It shows the y coordinate. Okay, if you want to x, you can give x datum. It will show the x coordinates. Okay, similarly, you can click the point. Just click. So it will show the exactly y coordinates of the points. Similar way, x coordinates of the points it will show. If you want to mark x means x datum, that means x datum point will come. If you want to mark y, y datum will come. So this is x. If you want to make y, y datum will come. You can see the origin of this dimension line. Okay, this is called dim ordinate. Next important command is dimension jog. This is generally used for circle and arc which has a big size. Okay, you can see this object. If I go for dim dia, so what it shows the dimension from the center. Okay, similar way dim radius. If I go for dim radius, it will show this radius from the center of the object. So what will happen? So if you do like this, so this dimension line will intersect over the object. So that this dimension line will disturb the object. So it should not be like this. So I am going for, let me go for dim jog. So you need to select the circular object or circle, select the object. Now it will ask us to specify the center location. You can select outside or inside. Okay, just select outside and you can do like this. So jogging, this is called jogging. Okay, just click. So that means what? So this is the radius of this arc, but this point is not its center point. This center point is somewhere. Okay, next important command is dim center, to mark the center points of the curvatures. So you can see a big curvature or circle or something. Okay, if you want to mark the center points, so go for dim center. Dim center, choose the circle, it will show the center point. Similarly, if you choose the arc, it will show the center point. Okay, this comes as a mark. You can convert this mark into the even line also. For that, we need to go for dimension edit command. Let me choose here DDIM. This is the dimension edit dialog box. You go to the modify center mark line. Now I'm going for dim center. I have changed the settings. Now I'm going to mark as a center lines. You can see the center lines. Similarly, you can show the center lines. Okay, Apart from this, suppose if you need to increase the arrowhead thickness or increase the gap between the object and the extension line, or if you want to change the thickness, how we can do? So there is a only command called DDIM, display dialog box of dimension edit. Okay, using this DDIM or dimension style dialog box, we can edit the property of our dimensions. Okay, this is the end of session number 35. Next session we are going to continue the dimension. Okay, thank you.